Let's go over number 21 of the practice problems released by the SOA for exam P. So this is another Bayes theorem question, and so this should be pretty simple. So let's dive on in. Upon arrival at a hospital's emergency room, patients are categorized according to their condition as critical, serious, or stable. In the past year, 10% of the emergency room patients were critical, 30% were serious, and the rest of the patients were stable. 40% of the critical patients died, 10% of the serious patients died, and 1% of the stable patients died. Given that a patient survived, what is the probability that the patient was categorized as serious upon arrival? So let's make a table again. So we're going to write down here critical and serious and stable. And then the probability of the distribution of patients, right? So 10% of all patients were critical, 30% of all patients were serious, and 60% of all patients were stable. And then we're told that given that a patient survived, so we know that we want to find the probability that a patient survived. So what we're going to do is just take the complement of these different probabilities. So for critical, it's going to be 60%. So 1 minus 40% is 60%. 1 minus 10% is 90%. 1 minus 1% is 99%. Now, given that what is the probability that each of these patients have survived, what we're going to do is multiply the distribution of the patients to the probability that each category had survived. So it's going to be 10% multiplied by 60%, which is going to be 6%. And 30% times 90% is 27%. And 60% times 99% is going to be 59.4%. Then I'm going to make a total line. So here's going to be total. So in total, the percentage of patients that survived is going to be 92.4%. Okay. Now, what is the probability that the patient was categorized serious upon arrival? What we're going to do is take this 27% and divide it by this 92.4%. So 27% divided by 92.4% is going to be equal to 29%. And that is going to be our answer B. If you liked this solution, if you liked how it was solved, please leave a like and consider hitting subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.